Oh, Flo. You make me so giggly and happy.
That bitch from the Progressive commercials? I hate her. I honestly and truly wish she would get caught up in some kind of like Jared Subway scandal so we could just stop seeing her face.
Bro. Talking about the float tank from Wotofo.
Oh. Are we still going to get ice cream?
Yeah, we can get some ice cream.
Can I have sprinkles?
No, sprinkles are for winners.
Fine.
What up, YouTube? Welcome in Between Two Beards. I'm Justin, aka Dub.
I'm Ryan.
And today we are doing a full review of the new Flow tank. We're not talking about the monthly visitor. This is going to remain a permanent visitor in my lineup, I think.
Yeah, this is the Wotofo Flow. This was sent to us for the purpose of the review by Wotofo. Thank you guys so much for that. That will not change our opinion in any way at all.
Let's get inside of this.
Yeah, let's go ahead and dive down and look at it, and we'll be right back. All right, guys, here's a really quick up-close and unboxing of the Flow tank by Wotofo. This is kind of Wotofo's new packaging. We see this in a couple of their other recent products, but yeah, it's good-looking packaging. Cardboard box here. Take this foam piece out, and right here you're going to have your Flow tank, a spare piece of glass, and right here was the spare coil head that it comes with. It comes with two of the 0.25 ohm coil heads. Unfortunately, I've already used both of mine, so I only have the one that's in the tank still. But anyway, take this guy out. Sitting in there pretty good. Set that off to the side. And then under here is the little t-shirt giveaway, owner's manual, and a spare goodie bag with O-rings and what have you in there. So we'll get all that stuff out of the way. Here's the star of the show. The Flow tank from Wotofo. Yeah, it's a nice small stubby tank. It's 24 millimeters in diameter. It holds 4 milliliters of juice. Up top here we have the it's just a standard 510 drip tip, so you can use your own drip tip. This drip tip is super comfortable though. I really do dig this. Up here you've got these little cutouts here, and that makes it really nice, easy to grab the top for the top fill. You got two nice, very big kidney-shaped fill holes there, and then you can see the diameter of the chimney there. Anyway, then you obviously got your glass piece, and then you've got your adjustable airflow down here at the bottom. Nice and smooth, but it has a nice restriction to it. Like you definitely set it and forget it. It's not going anywhere. And then same on the other side. But then yeah, just to take it apart, just grab the bottom and pull that guy apart. And then here's your glass section and everything. That's just held on there with an O-ring. I'm not going to take that apart right now, but you can just pull that off. But yeah, here we go. Here's the coil head. This one is already done, so I'm going to go ahead and change the coil head. Unfortunately, I don't have any more of the Wotofo one, so I'm actually going to throw a Baby Beast coil, which is kind of a big thing with this. It is compatible, and I'll show you all that. But anyway, so yeah, here's the stock coil head. It comes with two of these. And again, this is a 0.25 ohm coil head. You can see it's got three little wick ports on all four corners of the thing, and then down here is your positive and everything. I was actually kind of worried about these because they're so small. I was afraid that they wouldn't keep up with wicking as far as a thicker juice goes, but I've had absolutely no issues with wicking at all. This thing, even with like an 80-20 juice, this thing wicks perfectly. Then down there you can see a nice little wide bore. And there's your coil. So anyway, then you got your base section with your pin and everything, and it's a sub-ohm tank. We've all seen this. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and grab this is a Baby Beast coil. As far as the Baby Beast coils go, we have gotten so many questions about what Baby Beast coils we prefer. This is the only one of all, 8 or 9 of them that is available that Dub and I will use. This is the X4 0.15. It kind of looks like a double barrel shotgun. Flavor on this is the best. Vapor production is great. Airflow is perfect. So yeah, as far as clear up any of those questions, because a lot of people are like, I tried the Big Baby and I hated it. Well, the coils it comes with are garbage. But yeah, these X4s are awesome. But anyway, just screw this in like normal. And then I'm going to go ahead and prime that coil up a little bit. Like drop some juice down on the cotton there, and then on either side. Again, it's a sub-ohm tank, guys. It's the same on pretty much all of them, but I love how simple this is. You know, you've got the base, the coil, the glass section, and the top piece. That's it. You know, there's not 15 pieces that you got to take apart. All right, let me grab a rack. All right, and then obviously to fill it, again, we've got these two nice big juicy kidney holes up here that just plop your juice right in there. And this does hold 4 milliliters of liquid. And yeah, I'm using Juice Mama Tangy Taffy. This is my sub-ohm tank taste test juice, I guess you could call it. I know what this stuff tastes like. I've used it in every device I've ever owned in the last year or so since this juice has been out. And yeah, it tastes amazing with the stock coil heads. It tastes, you know, amazing with the smock coil heads. And yeah, this tank, as far as flavor goes, this tank is phenomenal. I do want to show you really quick. I didn't mention it does have like a spit back mesh on the top of the stock coil head. So just so you know, I don't know if anybody cares, but there you go. The only other thing I want to show while we're up close is one of my few, I don't know if I'd call it a con, but just a little bit of a concern. It's every now and then when you're trying to take this off, the bottom airflow ring comes off, and it comes off really, really easily. So just keep that in mind. I guess it's kind of nice that you can take this off so you can clean it out. So if juice gets in there, you want juice everywhere. But again, just keep that in mind. That does come off and go right back on pretty easily. But all right, we're going to jump out and talk about this for a few minutes. Be right back.
All right, guys, that was the up close of the flow tank from Wotofo.
Absolutely. Real quick, I completely forgot to mention the silicone plug that comes pre-installed in the tank. That was my bad. I'm sorry. This comes in there to knock it down from 4 milliliter capacity to 2 for the TPD thing.
It's a European thing,
It's
guys.
a European thing. It's freaking retarded. I don't know why anyone would ever leave that in their tank, even in Europe. First thing you're going to do is pull this out. I forgot to mention it anyway. I just wanted to bring that up.
But Wotofo's being compliant.
Yeah,
so you know, yeah, I get it. It's really not hard, guys. When you pull it off, and you just pretty much pull it out of there when you take the bottom off. It's real easy.
No big deal.
All right. So basically, the long and short of it is, guys, this is becoming my new daily tank.
Yeah, I as far as sub-ohm tanks go, again, I know I've said this 100 times. You guys know I'm not a huge sub-ohm guy. But as far as sub-ohm tanks go, the Baby Beast from Smock has been my go-to for work.
Right. For
the last several months. And again, we're not. This is truth. This is complete truth. You guys know that about us. This is better in every capacity.
This tank explodes flavor, guys.
It really does.
It is probably the best flavor tank I've ever used.
I was super concerned with the stock coil heads because the juice inlets are so tiny that I thought the 80-20 juices and thicker wouldn't wick. No problem.
But I rocked about 4 different juices in this thing in the last 2 weeks that I've been testing it.
Yep.
And guys,
they've all worked fine.
It works out great.
Yeah.
I mean, now don't get me wrong. Now the first coil that I had, it was my fault. There was an air bubble caught up in there somewhere, and I didn't realize it. I took a burnt hit, and when I finally I unscrewed the top just to get that air bubble. I mean, bubbles just to the top. And as soon as that happened, no more issues. But the coil only lasted 2.5 days. However, we're on day 3 with this Wotofo coil that's currently in here. It shows no signs of slowing down, which is awesome.
The first coil that came installed in mine, I got a solid 5.5 days out of, and I switched juices twice. So I used the Tangy Taffy from Juice Mama. I switched to the Satisfying from Surf for a couple days. And then I switched to Candy King Strawberry Watermelon. All 3 very sweet juices. And yeah, I got 5.5 days. I probably got a solid 65 mils of juice through that coil before it decided that it was done. Now, the second one it came with lasted me like 2.5 days. I'm not sure what that was about, but
like I said, guys, coils are going to be good and bad.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm not faulting them.
Like I said, I don't think it's going to be an issue. Like I said, my first one, that was my fault. There was a burn hit, and unfortunately, once you burn the cotton on a coil head, you know it's just a matter of time where just the flavor won't be able to
but yes,
outdo the.
I agree with you though. The flavor on. I have a Smart coil in here. You saw that in the up close. Just because I don't have any more of the Wotofo coils. The flavor's phenomenal. The airflow is great. I prefer the Wotofo coils even to my favorite Smart coil, period. I thought the flavor was better. The airflow is a little bit more restricted, which I like. But yeah, this is definitely 100% a phenomenal flavor tank.
Now I used the Smart Q or X4 0.15 sub-ohm coil head when my first Wotofo coil went out, and I got a solid 7 days out of that. Continuous vaping. There might have been some dripping in the evening in between, but 7 days at work, guys. No problems. The flavor was still good. Opened up the airflow a little bit, so I had to close off the airflow just a smidge to get the same.
The coils definitely open the airflow up a little bit.
Definitely. But guys, it still works great. And the nice thing is, I got to applaud Wotofo for having the foresight to use this, to have it interchangeable with the Smart coils, because these coils are a little bit not in stock everywhere.
The Smart coils aren't going anywhere.
And they're everywhere. Every vape shop carries Smart coils.
The Wotofo coils are readily available online. I haven't had any problems finding them. But if you're in like, man, I need a coil, like today, every vape shop I've ever been to in Central Ohio has
the Smart coil would probably help you out in a pinch. Like I said, I was worried that mesh screening for spitback was going to be a problem.
Nope.
It's not. It doesn't hinder the flavor at all, which is funny because so many coil heads that have that. It's an absolute flavor killer. So I was really happy about that. Like I said, guys, it's a simple tank, but it is solid. Now, if I had any, I don't really have any complaints with this tank. I do have one or two little concerns that are super nitpicky, and I'll be the first to admit I'm a spoiled little brat right now because, like, the top of this is a screw off the top. Now, once again, the threads on this are nice, sharp,
very smooth,
very easy. But I'm used to like what I've been rocking with the Big Baby, just being able to flip that over to the side to fill it. And also with something like the Valerian from Uwell, you just pop that up and that thing just pops right up to fill it. But
we've been spoiled. I mean, it's such a trend now that every tank the top cap stays
But it would not hinder me from recommending this. I love it. Not to mention another big shout that I just love. This is one of the first drip tips, stock drip tips on a tank that I've been able to. I'm just saying, I love it. In fact, I'm going to be getting a hold of a Forced Acrylics, I think is the guy does great work. I'm going to get a hold of him to see if he can make me a carbon copy of this exact drip tip, but I want it in some acrylic, you know. Just, I love it. I love it. And like I said, guys, biggest thing, the flavor's great. The coil durability is great. Price point. This is not a $45 tank. You can average this tank for anywhere between $25 to about $30.
Yeah, you can buy it on Wotofo's website for $29, but you can get it on any other website for like
like I said, guys, it's a.
My only one concern. Well, I've got two. I've got two concerns. I wouldn't call them cons necessarily. Some might. Yeah, one of them is. Okay. Anyway, the AFC ring pops off of there really easily. I showed you that in the up close. Again,
but it fits. It
fits no problem, but just how easy it is to pull off, I can see myself accidentally doing that and losing it. Anyway.
And I don't know if that was by design or not. I don't know if they designed that specifically so you could get in there to clean your O-rings or replace your O-rings. Because I know on a lot of like the Smog ones, that thing just spins, you know, and there's no way to get in there to see what's going on with it. So
my only other, I'm not going to give this a con on the tank because it's not Wotofo's fault. It was the Smart coil head. The first Smart coil head I put in here flooded really bad, and I got a lot of leaking at first. And then once the coil broke in, it stopped leaking. But every time I'd fill the tank, it would flood the coil. Again, I can't really blame Wotofo for that because it was a Smart coil.
Well, and I had that Smart coil. I didn't have any flooding
issues.
So
I might have just had a bad coil.
I don't know. I didn't have any flooding issues with the Smart coil, guys. Another really nice thing about this is the juice consumption on it. This is not a super tank, guys. Right. You don't have to rock this bitch at fucking 100 watts.
I can vape this at 45 to 48 watts.
I'm vaping it at 50 watts on my Asmodeus Reborn right now, Minikin Reborn, and this thing is just a stellar vape.
Yeah, the stock coil heads do not drink juice. The Smot coil heads will deplete your juice. Not a lot faster, but noticeably faster.
A little bit faster.
But the stock Wotofo coil heads are very, very good.
And it's really nice because I was a little concerned when we first received them that I'm like, well, 4 mils. I'm so spoiled with 5 mils of juice in my capacity. And I might have to fill it up one extra time during the day, but nothing to the point that hinders me from wanting to recommend it. But
it's not like a 2 mil RTA where I'm filling up every 5 minutes.
This is a solid tank, guys. And I will highly recommend this tank from here on out to just about anybody. I'm using this at work daily. I'm going to be getting some more coils for it, specifically because I don't want, this is going to live on my tank, on my mod for a while to come.
Yeah, I want to get my hands on some more of the Wotofo coils because I liked the vape off of those better than the other ones. Again, the vape with this tank and the Smot coil is phenomenal, but I like the stock coil's just that much better.
I was going to make a mention that it was kind of limited on colors like black and stainless, which both look great, but they literally just a couple of like released, you can get a blue one now, you can get a gold one, you can get a rainbow color
I'll flash all the colors on the screen.
So yeah, like I said, guys, you got a good array of colors you could choose from. The tank's solid, the flavor is spectacular.
It's butt-ass cheap. I mean, it's like...
But it doesn't feel cheap. That's the thing.
No,
this is a beautifully machined...
It's a good quality tank. It's just low cost. I'll say the same thing as I said with the Peerless RDA we did a couple weeks ago. It's cheap enough to where if you just kind of are curious and want to try it, just because like, my Crown 1 doesn't really vape very well anymore. I need a new sub tank. You can try this, and it's $25.
Like I said, guys, the nicest thing about this tank proves that you don't have to get all gimmicky and crazy with your sub-ohm tanks to make it a solid sub-ohm tank. This is simple, priced accordingly, easy to use, no vapor lock. Awesome.
Okay, on that, I'm glad you brought that up because I didn't even think about that. I don't know about the Baby Beast. I don't think I had that problem with my wife's Baby Beast.
I had more issues with
the Big Baby Beast and the energy tank from Vaporesso. And the only reason I bring that up because it also uses Smot coils. Both of those tanks vapor out like crazy. You're vaping your tank, the coil goes out, you go to take it apart, and it's just damn near impossible to get apart.
Yeah, it's easier to get into your virgin girlfriend's panties. I'm just saying, you know.
I haven't had any issues at all getting the bottom off of this change coil at all. And the other nice thing that the Baby Beast does that this doesn't, the Baby Beast, once you do finally break it loose, the coil always sticks to the...
I just want you to know that by you saying that, you took me way back into the day when it was Nintendo versus Sega. It's like, Sega does what Nintendo don't.
right. What Nintendo don't. But anyway...
By the way, kids, those were 2 big gaming systems back in the 90s. Just saying.
I hope everyone watching is old enough to know what that is.
I hope so.
But anyway,
I hope so.
On the Baby Beast and the Big Baby Beast and the energy tank, the coil would always, the threads would lock to the chimney. So the base would come off, and then if you had juice in there, it's just a waste because you got to take the glass off to get... This coil stays in the base every time.
Right, yeah. No. There's only one other little thing that I can make a mention of, guys, and like I said, this is like super nitpicky. It's not a con. It's not even really a concern for me. It's just that, just keep something in mind. I noticed that it has a little bit louder of an airflow than some other tanks that I've used.
If you close it off just past halfway, she whistles.
A little bit. But
as long as you leave it open past the halfway mark. I've got this open about 3/4 of the way. It's smooth and there's no whistles.
Just saying, just make sure you guys are aware of that.
It can get whistly if you close it down.
But like I said, guys, I'm going to highly recommend this. We're saying, what is it, our beard approved now? We're not shaving this off. We're going to let this grow, guys.
Right.
So
yeah, that'll do it for us, guys. Major pass.
4.5 out of 5 for me.
If I were to break or lose this, would I buy one? Yes. I'm actually getting ready.
If the FDA kicks down the door and steals this from me, I'm going to start looking for guys in the alley to buy it from.
I've
got black, stainless, blue.
I'm probably going to buy another one, honestly. I think I might.
I actually am thinking I might even buy 2 more. I'm just because.
Jesus Christ, man.
Just saying, man. I use these so much at work and stuff, but at least 1 more. I might buy another one for a friend.
I'm going to get one for my wife. She really likes the vape all of this, so.
Oh, you're so sweet. I'm not going to buy one for my wife. She can buy her own.
Dub's wife's sitting right behind the camera. I wish you guys could see her face.
She stole my tea crib, man.
Anyway, guys.
She steals everything else. This one is mine. Motherfucking Dub's keeping this one.
If you guys like the video, give it a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button.
I love my wife, in case anybody's curious.
He doesn't.
I do.
We've seen an overwhelming
she is evil
support.
Anyway,
we've seen an overwhelming support for our channel recently, and we are super, super grateful for that, guys.
Keep sharing, keep subscribing, guys. Sure. Keep telling your friends, hey, check out these two guys with beards. Yeah. It's awesome, guys. We appreciate it.
Hit us up on social media, all at InBetween2Beards. We have them all. Send us an email, InBetween2Beards@gmail.com, and until next
Twitter,
time, guys.
Facebook, Instagram, guys. Email.
That's what I meant by we have them all.
Oh, well.
Anyway.
You gotta spell these things out sometimes, man.
Vape on, guys.
Vape on.